Hello everybody, and welcome to week 23 of the C1 course. Today, we're going to be talking about contrast and how contrast can be useful to disagree. Now, connectors for contrast are things like however, whereas, while, yet, despite this, having said that, alternatively, and they are basically ways to show differences. But they are very useful when you want to disagree. I partly agree, but I sort of see your point. However, I sort of understand what you are saying, whereas, and you can give a contrary opinion, a contrasting opinion. We use it simply to disagree at times. What we're going to do is look at interactions and how we can disagree using contrast. So let's begin by looking at this. Remember, we have class every Friday at 11 o'clock and at 7 o'clock, apart from next week. Next week is Easter week. We only have class on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. I will record these classes, but we only have classes in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11 o'clock. I will record them. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to look at a collaborative task, a conversation task. What we are going to do is discuss conversations and see what is evaluated here. When we have a conversation, we need to interact. What you need to do is interact and communicate. When we interact, you need to focus on these four things. Focus on initiating and responding, asking questions and answering questions, maintaining and developing, continuing the conversation, and not repeating the same topics all the time. Talk about the different points. We need to link ideas, relate your opinion to your partner's opinion. As you have said, da da da, I think, da da da. According to you, da da da, so I would say, da da da. Like you were saying, da da da, I think, da da da. And it is a way to link your ideas. And we can also reach an outcome. You can use a conclusion to sum up, in short, all in all. You could also look at agreeing, disagreeing. I see your point. I get what you mean. That's right, of course. Or disagreeing. No way, not at all. Are you serious? Are you pulling my leg? Really? We're going to look at different phrases to agree and disagree today. So, what should we be doing? We need to practice with conversations. What we're going to do is have conversations together and practice doing these different things. So, I would like us, please, together to discuss this point. So, Yolanda, Santi, and Fabio, you're going to speak together about this situation. I want you to focus on initiating and responding, asking questions, answering questions, maintaining and developing, continue the conversation, evolve through the points, linking ideas, relating your opinion to your partner's opinion, and also reaching an outcome. Agree, disagree, to finish the conversation. So let me explain the situation. Now, I would like you to talk about something together for about 2 minutes. I would like you to imagine that you are talking about mobiles. Here are some ideas you are thinking about and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. So here's the task. How easy might it be to live without a mobile phone? talk about making friends, keeping in contact with your friends, work, doing your job, education, learning new things, entertainment, having fun, preventing boredom, travel, your ability to navigate and to travel. Okay? So now, talk to each other about if mobiles are really necessary these days. All right? Can you please speak together? Fabio, Santi, and Yolanda, all of you together, please.
Mhm.
Okay. For me, it will be impossible to work without a mobile phone because I must use it for logging in the tools I use
Mm.
in my work. Usually, I have to use the second factor authentication.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Works with my mobile phone, and also when I am in a shift, they usually call me to say to me that I have to do something, or if there is any problem, they usually call me. So I need my mobile phone for working. But how about you, Fabio?
I use also the same mechanism to access to different tools and applications in my laptop in my work. I use Authenticator app, and I need to log in with a specific code that the laptop shows in the screen, and I must um, use this specific code with my phone. So yes, although I use only the mobile phone in this specific case, I needed to access to my mandatory applications and software in my work. Mhm.
I use 4 different two-factor
Apps.
authentication applications.
Yeah. And what about you, Yolanda? Do you use it at work?
I don't have that problem in my work. I don't need the mobile phone in my work. I could do all my and develop my work without using the mobile. And if I I forgot, for example, my phone at home, I have no problem in my daily routine.
Mhm.
But
But what
I
about for other things like entertainment?
yes, I think that for not for me, for example, but for teenager, it could be difficult to have friends without the using of mobile phone because all that generation uh, spent a lot of hours um, contact, being in contact with their friends through the mobile phone. How do you think about that, Fabio or Santi?
In my case, I don't. I mean, I need. No, I don't know. I need the mobile phone to keep in contact with all my friends. In fact, I can be in front of my mobile phone for entertainment hours and hours and hours. If we can say that it is entertainment, because I am talking about visualizing content. Some of them, they are not interesting, and sometimes I am really interested in this content of the content that I can find in social media or YouTube, for example. I can be a lot of hours in YouTube.
Yeah, I can see your point, and linking to what you say. What about education. I think that mobile phones are education with mobile phone is a horrible idea, and unless you use it, maybe for if you don't know how to do something, you can search a video in YouTube and see how to do it. But unless that case, I think that education for childs is use a mobile phone for education is a really bad idea, because childs are maybe they want to watch videos or play games and not use the phone for education.
No,
So
yeah,
if a child said to you that he needs the phone for education, he's lying.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. If we talk about education, the essential education of a child, no, the use of a mobile phone, it is not a good idea. However, the education, if we talk about education, like the knowledge about different topics, curiosities, information that we don't know in this moment, all these kind of procedures that you can find in YouTube. Looking up a tutorial in YouTube, how to perform something specific, how to I have installed my fan in my roof of my apartment, watching a video in YouTube. I think in this sense, it would be a good idea if you know select the proper information.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
now, thank you. You have about a minute to decide which is the best use for mobiles. Yolanda, would you like to begin?
Yes, from my point of view, I think one point that we don't mention before, it's very useful for me because you can do everything that we talk about before using the internet, but you don't need use when you are traveling. I think that is very useful to check your phone in order to arrive a place or knowing when you are, because you don't have in that moment a laptop or a PC in that case, but you have a mobile phone on your hands. And for me, it's very important when you are travel. How do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree because I mean, yes, so the life can be easier in all of these senses, but traveling is absolutely mandatory. Otherwise, you can be in a very
Get lost.
stressful situation if you
Get
get lost.
lost.
If you
Yeah.
get lost, exactly. Thanks, Mark. If you get lost, yes, it is the most significant, the most important thing. So I would say
Yeah.
traveling, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's actually quite funny because if you think about it, when you are learning another language, one of the first things you learn is asking how to forget directions to different places. Nowadays, if you think about it, this is really obsolete because we very rarely ask people where things are. We look on our mobile phone, and this could be in any language. But yeah, of course, you need to understand the GPS, and yeah, that is a good thing to do. Actually, is to change your Google Maps into English or your GPS on your car into English, so that when you are traveling, it tells you in English the directions, which way to go. It is a good way to learn because it just helps you to reinforce English. Yeah. Okay, so what have we noticed? We're agreeing and disagreeing in different ways. Now, I heard you use some different points. I can see what you mean, for example, but you need to remember that there are many different ways to agree. I get what you mean. I see your point. I understand your point. I see what you are saying. I understand your opinion. Exactly. That's right. Of course. I couldn't agree more. For sure, we are on the same page. There are so many ways. We need to make sure we use various different ways. The same way with disagreeing. No way. I don't see your point. Really? I really like the phrase, everybody. I beg to differ. I beg to differ is a fantastic phrase. It's a little bit formal, but it is also really used. We use it a lot. And it's like saying discrepo. Yeah, like I don't agree. Yeah. I beg to differ. I really like the phrase. And the key is to choose, select some different phrases and use them. What we are going to do is continue agreeing and disagreeing, but with the discussion questions. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions. I would like you, please, to discuss together. Okay, so Santi, you're going to begin with the first one, and you're going to discuss with Yolanda and Fabio. So,
Okay.
Santi, is it essential to own a phone?
Yes, nowadays it's essential to own a phone because you have to use it for everything. You have a lot of applications that you can live without that, and unless you are a child, that you are going to use it for games or maybe for videos or something like that. I think that it's a tool that it's very useful. It has its drawbacks, for example, because companies use your phones to spy you, but we don't have any option, any more option.
Ask a question.
Okay, I get your gist, Santi. It's nowadays essential to have a phone. Because of that, every day, and it's necessary.
Are you there, Yolanda?
Mhm.
It's disconnecting, Yolanda. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Fabio, what do you reckon?
No,
All-
what I will say, Yolanda, sorry, we have some problems to hear
Hear you.
you, to hear you. Yeah. Yeah, because your voice is interrupted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now we can hear you, so you can continue your speech or what you prefer.
Okay. And nowadays, I think is essential to have a phone because you have different applications, as Santi said before, in your phone that are very useful for your daily routine. For instance, um, uh, checking your bank and have different issues in your town hall. For instance, in my case, without going to the physical town hall. And for me, it's very useful and essential because you can do it when you want and where you want also.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
Mhm.
Okay, Fabio, you agree?
No, yeah, I mean, I agree with Yolanda and Santi. I have the same opinion. My opinion is completely identical. It is clear for me that it is essential to have a phone currently. Is it possible to live without a mobile phone? I mean, it is not impossible. However, it is related with a very personal decision and it is related with the lifestyle that you want to take with you, the lifestyle that you choose. But normally, for the essential needs and the daily and the standard life, the daily lifestyle of almost of the population, everybody needs a mobile phone, at least in our country, and a lot of countries. So for me, yes, we need a mobile phone, and if you choose not have any mobile phone, it is related with the lifestyle that you decide that you choose to have.
Okay, thank you. Santi has had to go out, so we're going to continue. It says, why do we spend an average of 4 hours on our phones each day? So why do you think we spend so much time on our phones?
Well, good question. On average, yeah, obviously it depends of everyone. But for me, actually, of these 4 hours, only the 20% or 10%, I think it is something subjective, obviously.
Yeah.
For me, the 20% of these total hours are actually useful. I mean, I sometimes need to contact with my family, with a family member, to communicate something, to look for the translation of something because I am living abroad and I need to translate something because I don't understand something in the supermarket or something similar. Actually useful, I would say it is a very, very short percentage of this time, because
Small
under my
percentage,
perspective, all all of these hours we can spend all of these hours seeing content without any interest, but the mechanism of these devices catch our attention, and we cannot say no, I am going to turn the mobile off, because I mean they catch our attention. I'm talking about social media, these kind of videos, discover the places that you must find, that you must visit in this country, this kind of videos.
Exactly.
And I sometimes think, well, why I am seeing that if I am not
Why
going to
am I
visit?
wasting my time? Yeah.
Why am I wasting my time? No. What do you think,
And
Yolanda?
what is Yolanda's opinion on this issue?
Yeah,
Sorry for the monologue again.
I see what you mean, Fabio. Um, uh, I totally agree with you. We spent a lot of time in our phone, but doing things that are worthwhile. But however, part of that time we waste our times, as you said before, watching things that are a waste of time. But you, at the end, I'm not sure if it is because your brain doesn't work in that moment, you continue watching those videos, sorry, or because you are tired, and as I said
You
before,
simply want to disconnect your mind.
yes,
no,
but
and there is something magnetic in this kind of videos. How it starts the video, the music,
Yeah, of course. It's
or
called
the
a hook.
content.
A hook.
A hook. Exactly.
Yeah.
It is the hook at the start of the video, and you cannot say, and you cannot stop.
Yeah,
no?
it is
Are you
addictive.
saying that, Yolanda?
Very
yes,
addictive.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Good. So we've been having a conversation about technology and, of course, about mobile phones. Now, this would be a common topic of conversation in English, of course. What we're going to do is talk about another common topic, but it is also a controversial topic. Some people are very pro these things and some people are very against. Let's review. Sorry. So we're going to talk about computer games. So now I would like you to talk about something together for about 2 minutes, okay? I would like you to imagine that you are talking about computer games. Here are some ideas that you are thinking about and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task, okay? So, can we please take a look at the topic? What are the pros and cons of playing video games?
Mhm.
All right. So, Yolanda, would you like to begin, please?
Okay, of course. I think that playing video games it's have pros and cons. And one of the pros of playing video games that I could say is about learning new skills because playing that type of games can give you a developing abilities such as reflex,
Reflexes, yeah.
reflexes, and quicker, doing the things quicker than before. But one downside of playing video games, I could say, would
Is
be entertainment. At the beginning, it could be okay, but you spend more time that you are expected to spend at the beginning of playing a video game. And at the end of the day, I think it's a waste of your time that you can use all of that time in other productive things in your life. How do you see it, Fabio?
Okay, I like this topic because I don't know your case, Yolanda. I don't used to play video games, okay? The last video game that I played, I was 14 years old, okay? Or 13 years old. I don't play currently any video game. However, I must confess and I must say that currently there are a lot of much more pros than cons. I mean, I only see under my perspective just one cons, yeah, just one drawback, just one disadvantage, and it may generate you a dependency, an addiction. But if it doesn't generate you an addiction, I can only see pros because now the video games have a very awesome graphics technology. I there are video games for all types of people. People who needs to socialize if you play online. People who wants who likes to play mm, to play something with deduction, or I mean, and it may generate a, a completely undeveloped environment that makes you feel that you are, for example, if you play to a war video game, you feel that you are in the war. And if you can play video games with virtual reality or augmented reality, that will be amazing. That will be amazing. For me, I can see only pros, only pros.
Mhm.
Okay, I beg to differ with you.
Okay, okay.
Um, uh, I have to confess that I am against playing video games and don't use that kind of games. But I consider that are an extended using of them between the population, not only young population, but also not as younger population. I don't like to say old population. But everybody that know that that they play video games are, as you said before, addicted to that video games. And it's a problem nowadays, a very problem, because I meet people who go to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning because he spent part of the evening and night playing video games because they are hooked of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hooked.
Hooked.
And don't they lose the conscience of the life.
Okay, so they
Don't-
Yeah.
are not aware of other things in life. They
Yes.
do not have an awareness of other things in life. Now, be aware of is the adjective. Have an awareness of is the noun. Yeah. Or you can use realize, like darse cuenta. They just don't realize that there are other things in life, that there is more to life. Okay, sorry, I will take advantage of this short break to look at the conclusion. Thank you. Now you have about a minute to decide which is the greatest advantage of playing video games. You have mentioned disadvantages, but you need to give the greatest advantage. It's going to be hard for Yolanda, but we need the greatest advantage.
It will be difficult with you in this topic, Yolanda.
No. I am a very open-minded person.
Yeah,
Don't
me
worry
too, me too.
about that. I think that learning about technology and learning new skills and abilities is a good thing about playing video games.
Obviously. Yeah.
And as you mentioned before, friendship also, but for people who are playing online, it's a good tool also. And how about problem solving? I don't think that it could be a skill or a tool, sorry, for solving your problems. But it could be very good for unwind or entertainment. But if I have to say the one pro of playing video games, I could say that learning about technology, because if you really don't are in technology and you want to play video games for other reasons, you must learn about technology. Otherwise, you can play. What do you think, Fabio?
No, no, I fully agree with you with everything, But yes, both of us said that if you are not addictive, I mean,
Yeah.
there are a lot of pros. For me, it's learning new skill and learning about technology. Obviously, the learning about technology is very useful, and it is a very good tool play video games, to learning about technology, but also learning about a skill. I can say, Yolanda, I have some friends who loves their pets, and they adopt pets after playing with Nintendogs. Do you know what is Nintendogs?
No, tell me about that.
Nintendogs is a video game for developed by Nintendo company, and children and the people can learn how to take care of pets. In this case, dogs. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Well,
And
it's
you,
educational, yeah, which is a good thing.
you must assume new responsibilities because you need to take care your dog. Feed your dog. Give him water. Go to have a walk outside, outdoors. These kind of things.
Exactly. Okay, good. Now, we've spoken for quite a long time. I let you nearly 7 minutes with the conversation because we seem to be enjoying it. What we're going to do is look at one of these discussion questions. Let me see. Let's take a look at the final question because you have already answered the others, basically. The final one is, some people say that computer games are a waste of time. What do you think? So some people say that computer games are a waste of time. What's your view? What do you think?
I think it depends of your point of view. As we said before, if you are using video games for reasons, for entertainment, for learning new skills, and you have the control of the time that you are in the video games, you are playing video games,
Using video games, playing video games.
using video games, I think it's not a waste of time. But if you are hooked in video games, it could be a problem, an addiction that mentioned Fabio before. How do you see it, Fabio?
Yeah, no, the same. I get your point, and I have the same opinion than you. It depends what we consider a waste of time, because if you are really interested in keep playing in this video game, it is not bad. I mean, it is not a bad decision. A hook is also a series, and it is not bad. You can play if you are really interested. If you feel the hook, and if you feel that you must keep playing to this video game, because some of them have a narrative during throughout the action of the video game.
Exactly.
The
Yeah,
action
the
is
narrative
developing.
is the thing. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, good. So that's enough speaking about video games. I think we've spoken quite a bit. Now, obviously, something really important when we do this is to talk about agreeing and disagreeing. Make sure you understand the idioms, the expressions that we have here. If you take a look at the bottom of the lists, we have some expressions that are really useful. With agree, we are on the same page, or you would say, I am on the same page as you. We are on the same wavelength. I am on the same wavelength as you. We can say, we see eye to eye on the topic, but I see eye to eye with you. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, me has quitado la palabra de la boca, of course. It's a really good phrase. It's really similar to Spanish as well. You have hit the nail on the head, meaning you are exactly correct. Has dado en el clavo. You have hit the nail on the head. Now, With disagreeing, we have one that is not on the list that I'm going to explain to you. Now, the first idiom I really like is, are you pulling my leg? ¿Me estás tomando el pelo? Are you pulling my leg? In English, we say, me estás tirando la pierna, yeah? And it just means the same thing. Are you pulling my leg? We also have the final one. It is a little bit vulgar because you are calling the person crazy. It's like saying there is something wrong with you, yeah? The final one is, do you have a screw loose? Or have you got a screw loose? And it's just like saying, are you crazy? Yeah, te falta un tornillo, it's a bit like. One that I really like is, have you lost your marbles? Have you lost your marbles? Is actually from Peter Pan, isn't it? ¿Has perdido tus canicas? Now it's because one of the lost boys lost his marbles and, you know, he went crazy. So, have you lost your marbles? Yeah. It's a really, really good phrase. So obviously we have quite a few idioms you could use to agree, disagree. When we are disagreeing, we often use, I partly agree, but I sort of see your point. However, I kind of understand what you mean. Whereas, and you use contrast in order to disagree. This is when you agree a bit, but you want to offer another perspective. Okay? So we have these different phrases for agreeing and disagreeing. What have we seen today? We have seen ways to improve interactive communication. You must initiate and respond. You must maintain and develop. You must link your ideas. Use phrases like, as you have said, like you were saying, okay? According to you. And it can help you to link. And the final thing is you need to reach an outcome, come to a conclusion. You can use a discourse marker like, in conclusion, to sum up, all in all, in short, on balance, in a nutshell, and you can also agree and disagree. We have also seen many different ways to agree and disagree. We need to practice using them, okay? So, if you have any questions, send me an email or send me a WhatsApp to this number and we can discuss. So thank you very much.